Okay, so I've been tossing this idea around for a while. Basically, it's kind of along the lines of, well, it's a question. It's a question just to get you thinking. Now, with this blog, I've been dealing with, well, shit like that. And I think this one's a good one, and from now on, I'm gonna have maybe a section of opening your mind. Now, I've got a video coming up that is going to be hard for a lot of people to grasp. It's going to be it's an interesting question that was brought up to me, and I was thinking it all out, and I realized I probably should have a precursor, maybe even a little like teaser of opening your mind, and maybe that'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So here's the teaser. A sample question, if you will. And even if you're not exactly Christian, or you're not one of those that reads the Bible, anything like that, a lot of people still believe in some form of the devil. Now, we're going to go with my understanding of the story and my thoughts on the things that weren't exactly said in the story. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, before I start this, I'm really hoping that my new phone, which I'm using, is able to turn the video for you, or you're going to be watching it like this. Alright. My question to you for a sample of opening your mind and what I mean by that. Do you consider yourself to be better than the devil? Now, don't flip out. First off, I'm going to try and put this in the form of like a family situation. So regardless of whether you're the eldest child, or if you're the baby, or whatever, for this hypothetical discussion, or hell, even if you had strict parents or not, for this discussion, just roll with me on this. So you are the firstborn of your parents. You have a very strict set of rules that you have to abide by. You almost were created only to serve. And you do a good job of it. You never question. You never talk back. This is your existence. You have no other inkling to think to talk back. This is just how it is. And you do that well. Thousands of years, millions of years, however you want to look at it. And if one of your brothers and sisters that are on the same level, hundreds of you, all at the same level with your parent. If one of them were to act up or talk back, you'd be banished, you'd be exiled, you'd be turned to dust. However you want to look at it, however it makes it work for you. And then your parents go and they have another set of children. And these children are complete fuck-ups. They're told not to do something, they do it. They fight with each other, they kill each other, they'll deny the existence of their parents, everything. But your parents love them more. If your little younger siblings, say your younger half siblings, if you will, if they act up, oh well. All they have to do is say sorry, and your parents love them infinitely more. Now, is that fair? Do you think that'd be fair? Do you think that you would take everything at face value? Or do you think maybe you would say something like, dude, what the hell? Done everything for you, been there for you, done everything you need, and you hold me to this standard, but then they can do whatever the hell they want, and you love them more. Would you say something? Or would you keep it to yourself? And if you would keep it to yourself, could you keep it to yourself watching them forever doing this to the parents that you love? Now, from what my understanding is of the story, Lucifer, the devil, he couldn't keep it to himself anymore. And he said something. And for that, he was exiled. The brothers and sisters that believed as he did, that it just wasn't fair, they followed him. And then, as families tend to do when sides and lines are drawn, they started fighting, and there was a big war and all of that. But what I've seen growing up Catholic, it was always very black and white. God is good, devil is bad. God is good, devil is evil. And my mind doesn't work that way. I don't like black and white lines. I don't like It's this or that. So I've read different things. I've read different depictions, descriptions, little stories and whatnot. I think one of the good ones that I really liked was from Anne Rice. It was, I think it was Lestat, and he was in a coffee shop, and he overheard God and the devil talking, and the devil just saying, pleading to God, saying that he's tired and he doesn't want to do this job anymore. Like it's just a position that had to be filled, and God asked him to just be a little bit more patient. He still needed him to do it. One interesting view to think over. It's an open mind. Terrence Zidnik, Repo, The Genetic Opera, Devil's Carnival. I'm sure he's done a bunch of other things. I know Devil Carnival 2 is coming out, and I really want to see that. He had a good quote written into his, where one of the guys in Devil's Carnival, his son had died, and he finally meets the devil, and he accuses him, tells him, you killed my son. And the devil, which is actually played by the creator of the movie itself, looks at him and says, I don't kill the innocent. That's God's territory. My interest is only in dealing with the guilty. And I mean, whatever you do believe, it's just another fresh kind of point of view. It's not straight out attacking and saying that God kills all the innocents, or not saying that God is actually evil and all of this. He never said that. All he was saying was, when it comes to innocents dying, the devil doesn't care. They're not his concern. They go to heaven. He only takes care of the guilty. And that's kind of the other part of the are you better? Because the devil's to do what? The devil tempts us. The devil rules hell. Hell is a place of punishment. Eternal punishment, but punishment nonetheless. And going back to the family scenario, if your parents created you at this high standard, and then, I don't know, for the family thing, we could say, like I said, the half-brothers, half-sisters. They're like you in that they're still your parents' child, but they're different from you. They're not at the same level either. Now, that's not to say that in this world, a half-child is better than the full child or anything like that, because I'm not going into that. But what I am saying is they're similar but not. They're still children of the same parent, but they're different. If they got away with everything growing up, and then for speaking out, you got exiled, and then they wander into your territory, or they're at your mercy, your entire life was flipped because you spoke out about how it wasn't fair. And some of you may split off again right here, where it's my entire life was flipped around and I learned my lesson and you wouldn't do it. But I still would like to believe that some of you would look at it like the ability to hold the humans to the standard that the angels were. So when he punishes them in hell, it's just keeping things even. Just making things, keeping them held to the same standard that the angels are. You do something wrong, you get punished. I'm not asking anybody to change their beliefs. For the record, I don't worship Satan. I believe in God. I have issues with organized religion, but those are my own. I'm not trying to change anybody's belief system or anything like that. All I'm doing is, a lot of these videos that I post are just things to keep you thinking, things to keep you sorry, I missed my Xterra. One just drove by. Things to keep you've got some extra time on your hands. Things to keep you thinking, open-minded. Give it a shot, toss it around. See how you truly feel. See if it changes anything, see if it doesn't. I post these for me. If I ever got suggestions, I'd be happy to post things for you. Just let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever I'm supposed to say on that. Share it. Tell people about it. If you agree with what I'm saying, say it. If you disagree with what I'm saying, say it. Share it. Let them know. Tell your friends. Give a listen. Find out. Start some debates. Right now, we take a lot of things at face value. We leave things just at, well, somebody smarter than me said it, so it must be true. Like, if you have a problem with something, say it. Debate. Debate with one another. Debate with yourself. It's okay to talk to yourself. It's okay to argue with yourself. It's not okay to lose an argument to yourself, and I've done that a lot. But basically, just open your mind. You might actually learn something. So like it, comment, subscribe, share. And warning on the next couple videos that are coming out. And I'll try and get them recorded as soon as possible. Alright. Bye, guys.